The Youngstown State University swimming and diving team works together to beat opponents in a meet, but during training they couldn't be more different.
Swimming is almost all cardio. While they're doing some of the strengthening so they can pull more water and stuff like that, it's all, how much your lungs can hold and your heart rate and all that. Where in diving, we're more about explosion. We want to see how high you can go.
Most sports use hand-eye coordination, but swimming uses more endurance.
It's really about who is trained the best, who has the best endurance, who has the best speed, who has the best power. Because that's what wins the races. Those little things like the technique of turns and strokes and stuff go into that. But ultimately, if you're not physically trained, you're not going to be successful in our sport.
Divers don't need as much endurance because they are not in the water for long periods of time.
A lot of people think we need endurance, but in reality, diving the actual action only lasts about 8 seconds. So we really primarily try to look at like sprint and plyo and anything explosive.
NCAA regulations restrict the team training a maximum of 20 hours and 6 days a week throughout a 144-day season.
All training. There's no meetings, there's no, stuff outside of the pool. That stuff is, we're in the pool, we're grinding out the yards.
You don't always have 100%, but you have to give 100% of what you have.
Distance swimmers swim an average of 1.2 million yards throughout the course of the season. Spending that much time in the pool can take a toll on an athlete physically and mentally.
You have to keep it up throughout the year. Have to train hard no matter what, fight through everything. Every single lap you got to push through no matter what. You got to know that you're in the pool for a long time and it can't stop you. You can't give up for 1 second. To prepare yourself mentally before you can do it physically, because it is a lot of work. It's waking up early, it's sticking with the program, it's making sure that you're on time to practice, making sure you're staying healthy, making sure you're getting enough sleep.
Divers need to strengthen their core as well as their minds to overcome the fear of diving.
Just make yourself go, and once you get one off, you're usually okay, but the first one's always the hardest to get off the board.
There is a fear factor involved, and I want them to realize that fear factor and acknowledge that they have it, because that's the easiest way to overcome it.
Freshman diver Rebecca Stafford found it important to train with teammates rather than on her own.
It's so much easier to have someone there with you to help you push yourself even further, to keep up with them and for them to make sure that you're doing it right.
After swimming for such long distances, it is important for swimmers to replenish their bodies.
And the key is making sure that they're choosing the right things, that they're not consuming empty calories or bad calories, that they're choosing calories that are going to help them with that recovery process and that energy level. When they go up against another opponent, that they know that they're as physically prepared or better than whoever it is they're going up against.